You've probably heard the saying, culture eats strategy for breakfast. And that's because culture is really hard to change.
The organizational culture is the most important factor that you're dealing with when you're trying to change behaviors.
Culture is so powerful, it can actually crush its opposition. Let me give you an example. I had a client where the culture was one that was really family-oriented. They brought in a new CEO whose mission was really to make them more operational excellent. Well, he did that, and there were advantages to that, but at the same time, he wanted to change their culture to be very bottom-line oriented. They reacted to it very poorly, and guess what? The culture won, and the CEO was booted out after only about a year.
Changing culture can be really traumatic.
Trying to change culture is like trying to change the course of a river. It just doesn't work. You need to instead be more zen. Go with the flow. Make sure that your leaders or role models for the behaviors that you want to see around cybersecurity.
When you're looking at culture change and you're looking at cyber attacks, the first thing to do is really understand your culture.
Well, there's one really great example, and I think a lot of people in security and IT know of this example, and that's Salesforce.com. So if you think about it, security from Salesforce's standpoint, it really is a huge risk to their business. If they had a security breach, it would so adversely impact their business, it could conceivably be an existential threat to their business. So security is really, really important to Salesforce. The number one value, the core value that they built the company on was trust. And the Chief Information Security Officer at Salesforce has done an outstanding job of drilling into that particular value, trust. And in that way, they really locked the culture and IT security into the DNA of the company.
So the best thing to do is to understand your company's culture and then work with it. So if your culture is about superstars, find the people that are doing things well and recognize them. Put them in the spotlight. If you're all about teaming, hold a team meeting.
If you try to put behaviors in place that don't jive with your organization's culture, they won't stick.
I think that's interesting to me is that you have to use the culture to your benefit. You can't try to change it. It's just not going to work. So if you can align what you're trying to change around where the culture is going, it's just going to naturally, it's going to go, and people are going to go and get behind it. They're going to get swept up in the river that's taking them down there.
Yeah, exactly. So rather than changing the course of the river, you actually go
with
it,
right? Well, it's like rafting, right? It's like taking a river raft. You're not trying to you're trying to steer yourself through the rapids. You're not trying to go upstream. It's just not going to work.
Absolutely.